Hey everybody, welcome right back to the channel. Welcome right back to the channel. We're going to talk about the NFL games that happened on Sunday. And we're also going to talk about in previewing what's going to happen this upcoming Sunday. But also we're going to talk about that Thursday game. That Thursday night game was special, especially from defensive standpoint. But before we get into all that, my name is Isaiah Austin. Welcome back. Welcome back. And welcome back to the IDA Kings video production channel. Okay, if you like the channel, please subscribe. If you like the videos, hit the like button as well, and comment. Hit the bell notification when I post and upload new videos. We can get started going into the Sunday game, Patriots versus Falcons. Great game, right? Great game, real close, real tight, real competitive game. Okay, the Patriots ended up winning 24-23. Real competitive game. The Chargers ended up getting a competitive win against the Tennessee Titans. Okay, real close, real competitive, real solid game against them. Okay, the Bears and the Bengals were in a high octane offensive game. You know, Caleb Williams did a great job in that game. And even Joe Flacco did. You know, he almost had 500 yards in that game. Okay, had 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. They turned the ball over a little bit in that game. You know, Caleb Williams almost had 300 yards in that game, if I'm not mistaken. Was balling, had multiple touchdowns, did a great job in that game. You know, the Bengals defensively are bad. I'll be honest. I thought they were better, but overall they are bad. They are not a good football team defensively, and they got to get better defensively. Joe Flacco is getting the ball out as fast as he can to great players. Okay, Jamar Chase had over, I believe, 111 on 6 receptions, 111 yards. I believe T. Higgins, if I'm not mistaken, had over 115, about 121 yards or something of that nature. Had multiple touchdowns in that game as well. Okay, he was balling. The run game was non-existent for the Bengals, to be honest with you. But I believe Chase Brown did a good job catching the ball, though. Did a great job. He was a beast. Steelers forced a lot of turnovers against the Colts. It was still close. It was 27-20. But the Colts turned the ball over too much. And they can't do that, obviously. But they're one of the best teams in the AFC. I think they'll be better. I think they'll bounce back. Okay, they're second now behind the Broncos, who got a tough win. Okay. But the Steelers and Colts, the Steelers found a way to get a real good win against a really good football team in the Colts at home. Okay, let's going back, leading into that. The Broncos ended up winning a tough, close game, 18-15. Okay, you know, the Texans didn't have C.J. Stroud for most of that game because he got hurt. He was sliding, they hit him. I think concussion protocol. Bo Nix was struggling. He was like 18 for 17. Really struggling in that game. But they still found a way to get a big win in Houston. Okay, the 49ers ended up getting a great win. 34-24, right? Mac Jones was balling. He was doing his thing. Okay, making a lot of great plays. Okay, McCaffrey balling, catching and running that ball real well at a high level. You know, beat the Giants 34-24 without Cam Scatterboo, obviously. Okay, the Vikings ended up winning a real tight and close game against the Lions, 27-24. Big win. Okay, McCarthy had big clutch plays, especially including that running touchdown, getting into the end zone to extend the lead. I believe to 27-24. The Lions, even though Jared Goff was doing real good, he spread the ball out to a lot of different great players. You know, the run game was non-existent. They're a great two-headed monster. Had a struggle in that game running the football. Okay, running that football. Okay, now with that being said, the Panthers ended up winning 16-13 against the Packers. You know, defensively making great plays. Jared Love didn't have a touchdown. He threw for a lot of yards. 25. He had a high completion percentage, but you know, caught an interception on him, forced them to 13 points. The Panthers did a fantastic job defensively. They're now 5-4. Forced the Packers to be 5-2-1. Flat out amazing. Now, final overtime, the Raiders had a real close one. Okay, Jaguars ended up winning 30-29 down in the final OT. I mean, some magical stuff happened in that game as well. Flat out greatness. So shout out to them. Flat out amazing. To the Jaguars getting a tough win. Another blowout win was 34-10. The Rams destroyed the Saints. Nasty work. Okay, you already know, doing great things on offense and defense, making great plays. In this game, the Bills was magical and the Chiefs were magical too. That was a fun game to watch. I watched that also from start to finish. A magical football game from start to finish. Y'all know that was legendary stuff. Patrick Mahomes made great plays, started out real slow, but then came out and started getting on fire, especially in that second half. And Josh Allen was doing Josh Allen things, showing why he is an MVP type candidate as well. Flat out amazing, flat out balling. Got a big win. They are a championship type team, getting a great win against the Chiefs. They're 5-4 now. They're in trouble because the Broncos and the Chargers are top 2 in that division. Okay, and they are third. If you're third in the division, you're gonna have a hard time making the playoffs, especially how good these other teams are right now in the AFC. So the Chiefs have a lot of work to do, and they have a lot of work to do. Losing the Bills was a tough one. They needed that win real bad. Okay, and the Bills are in good prime position. They got to try to beat the Patriots at some point, obviously. Seahawks played the Commanders. This game was pretty interesting. They blew the crap out of the Commanders. Here's the problem. Okay, they kept Jaden Daniels in the game. He ended up getting hurt, getting injured. I'm assuming he's going to be out for a long time, if not the rest of the year. And I don't understand why they kept him in the game when they were down 31-7 or whatever the score was at that time. It didn't make sense. It was bad. But with all that being said, Seattle did a great job, played a great game. Offensively and defensively were masterful in that game. Flat out amazing in that game. Okay. Sam Darnold is the real deal. He's a beast. Okay, he's a great quarterback, and they got great receivers. I think Kupp was out, but Jackson Smith and Jibba is a great receiver as well. Here's another game that was shocking. I will be honest. I know the Cowboys are up and down, especially defensively. But let me tell you something. They gave up 27 points. That wasn't even the worst of it. They only scored 17. Okay, the Cardinals ended up winning the game 27-17. Okay, Brissett was balling. Okay, they had great. Man, Marvin Harrison Jr. was on fire. His dad came out and said, I do not like how the offense looks. If I was playing under that offense, I would not be a Hall of Famer, which is true. I will not be lying about that. That offense is not as good, but they balled out in this game. Flat out balled out offensively in this game and forced the Cowboys to get 17 points. The Cardinals' defense is good defense, too, overall. Good defense overall. Dak was getting some throws in, but overall they struggled offensively. They couldn't get enough points to win, and that was shocking, real shocking. The game, now going into this upcoming week, okay, right here, right, Thursday, recap that game. It was a tough defensive battle. The Broncos ended up winning against the Raiders 10-7. Now the offense at times was sloppy on both sides, I'll be honest, but that was mostly because of the defense, though. Making them look sloppy, making them look bad. Because you got to remember, the Raiders had 29 points against the Jaguars. And the Broncos was in another defensive game as well against Houston. So the Broncos defense is the real deal. And the Raiders defense is a little up and down. But they were competitive. They forced the Broncos into 10 points, doing a lot of great things. The offense struggled in that game bad. Geno Smith throwing a lot of turnovers, things of that nature. Really, really rough situation to be in. But overall, Denver did a good job clutching out, getting a big-time win that they needed. Now, going into Sunday, this is what's about to be real special. Starting at 9:30 a.m., the Colts are 7-2, trying to go 8-2 against the Falcons, right? The Falcons are trying to salvage their season, try to win the division. They're most likely might not. Tampa Bay is most likely going to win the division, but, they're trying to beat the Colts and try to stay alive in that. The Colts are trying to get to the number 1 seed and get a home field advantage and get a bye in week 1. Okay, that's first. Now, this is a battle of 2 bad teams, record-wise at the very minimum. Okay, both teams have been in competitive, hard-fought games, but they have showed reasons why they are what their record says they are. 1-7 Jets facing the Browns, who is 2-6 right now. They are both trying to get another win, and they're trying to be competitive and try to stay afloat. Okay. The Jaguars, who are 5-3, are playing the Texans. This is a big game for both teams. We're going to see if C.J. Stroud comes out of concussion protocol. He might not. You never know with these things. And it's understandable. You do not want to rush him out, especially with the concussions. Certain injuries, including the concussions as well. So that's going to be a game that the Texans need to win bad, okay, to not only stay afloat for the playoffs, but also try to stay afloat to win the division. That's a big one for both teams, especially the Texans. The Bills versus Dolphins. The Bills are 6-2, trying to go 7-2, and trying to stay up there to try to get a week 1 bye. and the Dolphins are trying to stay alive this season, but they are 2-7 most likely. They're going to be missed the playoffs anyway. This is going to be a big game on CBS, 1 p.m. I am excited for this game. Patriots versus Buccaneers, 7-2. Patriots versus the Buccaneers, who are 6-2. Okay, that's going to be a fun game on CBS. That's going to be a fun game in Florida. I cannot wait. Patriots versus Buccaneers. Buccaneers coming off the bye, I believe, and the Patriots coming off a big win. I am excited to see that one. Bears are trying to go 6-3 against the Giants. They're trying to beat these Giants, okay, who are 2-7. The Bears are trying to go 6-3 and try to make the playoffs this season, okay? That's a big goal of theirs, and I'm excited to see it. Ravens versus Vikings. The Ravens need this win bad. They have been on a win streak since starting out 1-5. They are won, I believe, 2 straight games. Okay, they're trying to go 4-5 to make the playoffs and win the division. They are favored to win the division. Still, even though they were at 1-5, they were still favored about because the injuries are starting to come back. Lamar Jackson came back, balled out against the Dolphins on that Thursday night game. So he's trying to ball out against these Vikings, trying to win on the road against the Vikings. Need this win bad. I ain't saying they got to win out, but they got to win. They got to win most of these games for sure. The Panthers are trying to go 6-4, beat the Saints. They're going to be in Carolina. They're trying to beat the Saints, who is 1-8. Okay, Seattle is trying to get a big win, go 7-2 against the Cardinals, who are 3-5, who had a big win against the Cowboys. That's going to be a fun game, I think. Another game, Lions. They're trying to beat the Commanders to try to go 6-3. They're trying to beat the Commanders and force them to go 3-7. This one's going to be fun too, like they always are. Rams versus 49ers on Fox at 4:25 p.m. Okay, this is going to be a fun one. This is going to be a special one. Be ready for that one. It's going to be a great one. Rams versus 49ers is going to be fun. And the night one, Steelers are in another game on NBC facing the Chargers in California. Okay, 6-3 versus 5-3. That one's going to be fun. I'm excited. I'm excited to see Aaron Rodgers versus Justin Herbert. I'm excited to see that on NBC/Peacock. It's going to be a fun time. Another game that's going to come on. That's going to be a fun, great game down there in Green Bay, and the Green Bay Packers down there in Green Bay. Eagles are 6-2 versus the Packers at 5-2-1. I am excited to watch this game. Okay, this game is going to be fun on Monday. This game is going to be fun on ABC/ESPN. It's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a special game. Going to be an amazing game. I'm excited for it as well. Some of the trades, right? The Cowboys made some trades. They didn't make a trade to where it was going to be special, to where it was going to salvage your season. I think, especially after trading Michael Parsons, they needed something way better if they wanted to win. And I think, to me, they are still in the situation where they're probably not going to make the playoffs. And I knew that when they traded Michael Parsons, that probably was not going to happen anyway. The Colts did make a trade to get Sauce Gardner. But the Jets got some good draft picks. I think like multiple draft picks, like 3 or 4 first rounders, like multiple second round picks, stuff of that nature. They did a good job trading. I think one of their D linemen and then Sauce Gardner. They did a great job. They're trading them, getting draft pick after draft pick, doing a lot of good things so they can rebuild, retool, do some great things in this draft class. So I'm pretty excited about that. But overall, the trade deadline was a little wild, a little crazy. Things happened. So that was fun to see. Man, I can't wait. Been fun recapping other games. Gonna be starting to recap the NBA as well. The last few weeks of the NBA. Recapping some college basketball. Gonna recap obviously NFL and college football coming up. So it's gonna be fun. I'm pretty excited. Be ready for this morning, obviously, because this morning I told you it's gonna be Colts against the Falcons. Sauce Gardner, hopefully he plays in this game down in London. During Berlin. He might not though, because the trade just happened a few days ago probably. So it's gonna be hard for him to play, but we'll see. But overall, man, again, like I said, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back, IDA Kings Video Production channel. Hope y'all having fun watching it. Please like, comment, subscribe to the video, and hit the bell notification to let you know when I post and upload a new video. Okay, let's go. Y'all have a good one. Please stay in if you can. Yeah, it's going to be a fun Sunday. Fun Sunday again going into Monday. Have a good one. Peace.